Pepper says, "Are you ready to declutter in this master bedroom?" I know Mommy is, but I'll be taking a little nap while she does that. Last week, we organized the closet since we did a huge KonMari method on all the clothes mid-January. I wanted to rearrange it so it looked good, and we were very successful in organizing it as a butterfly. But if you turn to the side, well, you can see that it's very messy, and yes, some old habits came back. Okay, so for the month of February, I wanted to get back into the master bedroom and kind of give it a good declutter again. It's been about a year since we really did a makeover and cleaned it out. And yes, I have backslid a little bit over this year, but you know what? I don't want anyone to be upset because honestly, it's okay. You have to figure that I'm recovering from hoarding disorder. And since I was a little girl, my room was always messy from as far as I can remember because I had my toys everywhere and I loved playing, and I never cleaned it up because of how happy it made me feel, which means that my baseline has been a messy bedroom brings me comfort, security, and happiness. And I'm trying to rewire that programming, that subconscious programming that I have inside of me. So if we backslide a little bit, it's okay. We're not gonna put this over crazy pressure on myself. Because if I thought that I could completely change my behaviors, my hoarding, never hoard or have a mess again in like one day, then I would be setting myself up for failure and kind of falling into this kind of like perfectionist state. And I know that would set me up for expectations that I'm not capable of yet. So if I backslide, it's no biggie. I'm giving myself grace to accept it and try again. And if I don't do that, well, then I'll fail and I'll go into a failure state of mind and get upset, and then I'll avoid trying to change and declutter altogether, and that's not what we're trying to do. So instead, I'm going to try it again and again and again and again until it feels like a new baseline where decluttering and cleaning feels natural and comfortable and also brings me a sense of security. Essentially, I'm reprogramming my subconscious to be able to maintain the spaces automatically. This takes time, so give yourself grace. Whatever habits and behaviors you are trying to change that's hardwired into your subconscious, it takes everyone time to change. So continue taking those baby steps in the right direction, and over time, it will become easier for you. I also want to keep a positive mindset as I'm doing this because yes, I have done this many times again, and I don't want to feel like I'm in a state of failure or embarrassment or shame. I want to look at it as another way for me to try it again and find a more successful way. Instead of being ashamed of showing you my extremely dirty scrunchies, I can just kind of laugh about it, move on, and give them a good wash and toss out all these random little things. And I also found this little box that I used to keep my gift cards and everything in. I now have a new organizer, but I am going to check the gift cards to make sure if they have money or not. And then I found this. This has $200 in this envelope. And instead of being hard on myself, I'm just going to be like, wow, my house is paying me to declutter. Now, there's a lot of dirt and debris on this floor, so we're just going to give it a quick vacuum in between decluttering spaces. Now, moving on to in front of the mirror, this is my unicorn pillow, so I'm going to put that to the side. But the hanger is a very easy tossy. Now, there's a lot of bags here, and honestly, a lot of these bags are from the beginning of 2022. Now, in 2021, and when I was not doing a no spend challenge in 2022, I bought some lovely Hello nail stickers. They have been a hyperfixation that I've been having that's lasted a while, but I didn't realize how many I had, and I have actually a lot. That's why I included it for my no spend 2023. And because now that I know that I'm a butterfly with ADHD, I have to figure out how to organize this so I can be aware of how many I have so that I'm not tempted to buy even more when I probably have enough nail stickers to last me into 2024. So I already had this photo album, and I'll probably label it nail stickers where this picture is. But this satisfies my visual need. Since this is a long-term hyperfixation for me, it's still releasing that dopamine that my brain needs. So I can still enjoy my hyperfixation while getting that dopamine, but being content and looking at all the pretty nails and seeing which one will I use next week. With ADHD and ADD, it is very easy for us to fall into these addiction behaviors because we're trying to get that dopamine since our brain naturally kind of lacks it. So you can see how we can fall into these shopaholic, spending too much money, alcoholic, workaholic. There are many different avenues that we can fall into these addiction patterns, and we have to be very aware of those behaviors and where we need to start to correct them. That's why I brought back the no spend challenge in September, because I saw that when I was not doing them, I was tending to buy more things or just bring more things home because a lot of stuff was also given to me, like swag bags and cards and gifts and token of appreciation. And I love it so much, and I do feel guilty letting it go, and it has been something that I've been kind of replacing gift giving with more quality time. But you can't stop people from giving you stuff. So I'm going to take it as a learning opportunity, a time for me to really strengthen those decision-making skills, seeing what I do want to keep because I love it and it's a precious gift from someone, and maybe something that I can transfer the joy to and give it to somebody else, and hopefully they will be able to use it and enjoy it too. Now, something else that I realized is the reason why this also keeps happening over and over again is because I didn't organize this as a butterfly. So this will keep happening over and over again where there's stuff laid out all over the place. So something I'm going to think about moving forward is also getting the bedroom in a butterfly style organization so that it looks nice and neat. So what I was thinking is, with this nightstand that I've had since 6th grade, in the drawers, there are literally things in here that are from the 90s and the 2000s. I never moved a lot of this stuff. So I should probably do an organizational video where I take the very sentimental stuff, put it in a bin with all the other sentimental bins in the basement, and then use the drawer as an organization station to put my highly used items in. Very similar to how we organize the office supplies in the kitchen. It would be the same type of system because I can very easily open a drawer and just put it in its little compartment. But for now, let's straighten up this nightstand really quick. Now you can see that January came with a lot of sicknesses, so that's why all of this stuff is like out on the nightstand. And then these are my bracelets that I rotate every single day, and there's just so much stuff out. And that's why it's best for us to reorganize all of this, putting away sentimental items and then having a quick organizational way for me to put things away right away. And because I never gave up and just kept trying, I was able to get to this place where I could figure out what was actually going to work for me and what wasn't, and just give the new way a try. And guess what? I found more money. This is crazy. I didn't realize how much money I just kind of left sitting in the house. So I'm going to take this to the bank, but it just shows that it definitely pays off to declutter and organize your home. Speaking of decluttering, our Tossy tub has filled up very nicely. This is a pretty big bin, and there's a lot of stuff in it. Now, most of this stuff, I'm going to recycle it as much as I can, and there are some things that I actually can give away. But overall, I like showing this because it kind of reinforces that I can do this. I can let go of a lot of stuff in one sitting. And now I get to show you the newly decluttered master bedroom on this side of the room. We did really, really good. And I'm looking forward to organizing this a lot better. And yes, there's still a couple of places we still have to declutter, but we're taking these steps forward. And I'm excited to do this with you all because we're figuring out what actually works. Because everyone has a unique way of decluttering and organizing their space too. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated you to declutter and clean something in your home today too.